My name's Karen Williamson. My business is Delivering Differently. I set my business up 6 years ago, I think it was now, and it's been very successful, but I've learned a lot as I've gone along as well. My previous career was the Global Retail Operations Director for Clark Shoes, a footwear brand that obviously most people would know. And our team ran everything operational within the organisation that allowed us to make sure that the shops were open, legal, trading, everything from budgets to staffing to, literally everything, the whole plethora across the organisation. Yeah, so I'm the retail expert, which is quite a lofty title, I find, but I do enjoy it. And I've been with the BIPC now for, I think it's just coming up 4 years now. And I've been able to support lots of new businesses and existing businesses to really transform. They've in some great examples across the board, but businesses that have either had to really dig deep and sort their business out by maybe identifying their customer, or maybe some of them have had to really think about what their product offering is. When businesses move from what I call the dining table to bricks and mortar, they really have to think about their cost base. So as a business-friendly critic, I'm their friend that will allow them to really see their business in a different way and allow them to explore those options in how they're going to move that forward and how they're going to make the best of the ideas that they've got. So I think there's probably 3 areas that I would say that most businesses should really focus on. So customers. So first of all, I think it's really important that businesses know who their customer is. Sometimes businesses get a little bit confused and they try having everybody as their customer, and as a result they target nobody. So it's really important that they understand what is their unique selling proposition and what is the value that they are adding to each individual customer within their business, because customers can shop when they want, how they want, where they want, and we need to pull them away from the way that the global retailers, whether it's fast fashion or whether it's multiple product lines from very big businesses that we all turn to for the odd item. We have to think about what it is we offer and what it is that would make a big difference to those customers when they're shopping in our stores, online, socials. Do they shop? Customers shop via TikTok, Facebook. There's so many different ways now that they can shop. And we've got to make sure we're in the right place at the right time to appeal to those customers that are important to them. So there's 2 other things that I really think retailers should focus on, and my top tip for them would be about how do they drive net profit. So a lot of retailers, a lot of businesses, they focus very heavily on driving revenue, which is the top line of their profit and loss account. And what they forget about is all the costs that need to come off. And in so many entrepreneurs who are starting their businesses, they do forget about putting their own salary attached to the cost of their product. So they end up charging something for a product that's actually worth so much more, but they don't understand pricing architecture or strategy around pricing. And as a result, they don't charge the full value that they really should be charging. And I think that for a lot of creative businesses is definitely an area that they struggle with. So driving net profit. So which areas of your business can you simplify? What could you take out of that business that would mean that you make more profit? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, if it's not making money, it's a hobby. And then I guess my final one would be about stock. So a lot of businesses buy a lot of stock up front. And I guess what they tend to do is they would trial a new line, but they buy in volume. And when that line doesn't work, they're left with the stock that they've then got to find a way of clearing. So 1, buy small, you can always buy more. And if that product at the beginning costs you more to get slightly less, that's absolutely fine. You can always invest later. But cash is king, and having cash in the bank is really important to a lot of small businesses. You've got to be able to pay your bills. So I'd always recommend that they buy small, build it, find out what works. And a lot of businesses don't use data. They don't know what they're selling, when they're selling it, who they're selling it to, and all of these things really add up to them buying products that they like rather than products that they can sell. So a lot of the work I would do as a retail expert would be to make sure that those stock ranges they're buying are fit for purpose. They're going to really help them in peak trading, that they're building stock for the right times in the year. So a lot of businesses, Mother's Day for a florist could be their, and probably is, their peak trading. But for a lot of businesses, it's Christmas. So how do they make sure that they've got the right product in the right place on the shelves for Christmas for their peak trade? So one of the other tools that I use, and especially when we do workshops, is I talk about trading planning. And we look at how we would plan the whole year, everything from their marketing campaigns to their visual merchandising in stores, in order to keep it really fresh. So in summary, I think it's really important that they consider having a critical friend, that they get some advice, because if it's not making money, it's a hobby. And number 3 is having the right stock at the right time for the right customer, and then they'll be really successful.